Welcome to another episode of The Girl with the Comic-Con Tattoo. Thank you so much for joining us. Today is the first part of a multi-part series about prepping your costume for the convention. So if any of you have been to the theater, you probably know that theaters and plays do dress rehearsals. For costuming, I totally recommend doing a dress rehearsal. The first one that we're going to be doing today is going to be on makeup and just prepping all of your makeup stuff. So I have all of my makeup laid out in front of me that I'm going to be using. I've already grabbed it all from my sources and laid it out so I know it's all in one spot. And then I will be putting it in a bag so that I have it all in one place during the convention. And this is my Star Trek 50 Uhura bag that I got from Loot Crate a couple of years ago. And so this is where I put all of my Comic-Con makeup. So let's start with the base and the start. I always try to do some sort of moisturizer. This is a Smashbox Photo Finish primer and moisturizer, because my face tends to be kind of dry, at least a little bit in the centers and stuff like that. So I just put on some of this a couple of times and just get that smoothed in. I also got a sunburn the other day, so moisturizer is something my face wants super bad right now. Alright, so since that's all in my skin real well, the next thing I usually do, and this is sort of iffy depending on what I'm doing, and it just depends on where I'm at, I either put some sort of strobe cream in there, or I put some sort of foundation on. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to be doing that because it's really hot and I'm just testing out my stuff, so I'm not going to do this quite yet. But I usually put on some sort of foundation, and I usually do some sort of concealer up around my eyes just because they tend to be kind of red or puffy or anything like that. And I just touch up stuff. I also put on foundation and concealer because I have really, really rosy cheeks, and my face looks really red and ruddy if I don't put something to kind of mute it down. So that's what I do. So skipping that step, and you can look up tutorials on how to put on foundation. So I'm just going to jump in to the eyes. So my costume for this year is this lovely costume right here, which is, it's a statue that was put out a couple of years ago, Wonder Girl, and I just love the aesthetic of the costume. So I'm doing kind of a take on that. I have the tank top and I have a pair of pants that are going to work really well. But then I'm using a Wonder Woman tiara from the movie and some gauntlets that a friend made that are definitely modeled after the movie. So I'm doing kind of a mash, and I've done my hair black so that I can make this costume. So for that, since Wonder Woman almost never has bruises or anything like that, we're just doing some light sort of beauty makeup. And I'm going to be doing that with this color palette here. This is Desert Color Palette, and I have no idea who made this because I got this from somebody else, and all the markings are off it except for like a little description in the back. But I really like this because I really want to do kind of like, not quite a smoky eye, but definitely some brown tones in my eyes. So the first step that I'm going to do is fill in my eyebrows, which I'm doing here with the Total Temptations by Maybelline. Any sort of eyebrow pencil works. So, and as you may notice, I'm missing part of an eyebrow right here. So that's part of the reason I do my eyebrows. I also got this a little bit darker than my normal shade because I dyed my hair, and otherwise my eyebrows just look a little too thin. We're just going to do some nice strokes into the hair, into my eyebrow hair here, and you can already see it kind of darkening up. And I'm going to do that a little bit on this side as well. I try to do small strokes so that it kind of looks like hair. I maybe did it a little too long on this side, but that's something for me to remember when I go to do this during the convention. This is also really great because on the other end it's got a little brush here. So that also helps kind of spread out the makeup a little and make it look a little bit more realistic. So you can already tell it's just a little bit darker. I'm not looking to make it really dark, I'm just looking to make it sort of blend in a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get two of my other brushes out here. This is a little Posh makeup pack that I bought that has a bunch of double end brushes. So I really like these for just travel because it's just a little small. It's just a little small case. So it makes for good travel brushes and it's got everything in it. I'm going to start off with an angle brush. You can definitely start off with other brushes, but I kind of like the angle brush. And I'm just going to get kind of a medium taupe color here. This color right there. And I'm just going to put that on my eyelid a little. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do, and I'm also going to use the angle brush, is I'm just going to get the really light shade here, and that's going to go up along my brow line and the top part right up here. You'll also notice that I'm kind of blending it in a little to what I have in my eyeshadow as well. Trying not to make it look like somebody smacked me in the face. That's a different video. Now, I have a unique problem. I have what's called a hooded eye. So when my eyes are open, you can't really see what's on my eyelash or on my lower lid very well. So I have a different technique that I have to use to make my eyes kind of work. I keep my eye open and I just lightly put the medium shade right along my crease and right along this area. And I'm using a rounded end for that, or a smoky eye. So I'm pretty happy with that. So the next tip, or the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some brown eyeliner. This is by Almay, part of their line of eye popping or matching it up with your eye colors. So I have hazel eye, so I usually get like a brown raisin or like a purpley color because it really makes my eyes pop. But for this we're going to do brown. And I don't like a lot of eyeliner, so I just do a quick little line about halfway and then over. Now, I learned this next tip watching a old movie. So if you ever watch Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland, the commentary has an interview with the makeup artist on it where she talked about putting makeup on, and all she did for Judy Garland is some really light basic makeup like what I'm doing today, and then to make her look very wide-eyed, they used a white pencil on her as an eyeliner pencil on her lower eyeline to make the eyes look wider. Once I learned about this, and I still haven't perfected it, but once I kind of learned about it and I started using it, I really liked it the way it looked on my eyes. So that's our next step. well, you can, I'm having trouble putting it on my other eye, but you can kind of see right here that it's already kind of opened my eye a little bit. And it just blends in. It's just a light little layer, and it just gives it a little extra pop. So if you have something where you kind of have maybe not the widest eyes, this is a really good tip for you. So now the last thing I'm going to do with my eyes is I'm going to put on some eyeliner. This is by Estee Lauder. It's very pricey. This is not what I'm going to probably be wearing to the convention, because this is my Extreme Violet, which does kind of change the color of my eyes and look really cool, but it's not really what I want to do here, because I want to do kind of a dark-ish eye tone, and this is kind of a purplish tone. But you get the idea. So we'll just do some quick sweeps up. Now, if you're really right up on me, you can tell that this is purple, but from a distance, it just kind of changes the color of my eyes a little bit. I would probably do a black or a dark brown on the day, because we're just trying to do some light, natural looking makeup. And I think I did pretty good there. The last part is lips. If you're doing a natural, I really just recommend whatever sort of works for you. I don't have any lipstick set aside for this, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. So we'll see what happens on the day. But that's the first part of my makeup for my cosplay. And the next part, we will be doing hair, and I'll be back in just... that did not come out right. So that's my makeup on my... So that's my quick tutorial on me getting ready my makeup for my cosplay for Comic-Con. I still have my hair to do, and then a test out of my outfit. So join me back here for the next 2, maybe 3 videos in this series. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.